Hi, this is Yvette from My World of Metaphysics, bringing you another law of attraction lesson. Today I want to talk to you about why your dreams are not coming true. For all the people out there that's watching me, this is another law of attraction lesson, helping you and myself make our dreams come true for 2018 and then moving forward. Again, I would like to speak to you today about why your dreams are not coming true. Okay, if you've been watching my videos, you know that I manifest a whole lot of things in my life using the law of attraction and, concerning jobs, materialistic things, and just peace and happiness with selling my building and everything else that happened in my life. But I wanted to tell people that those things that I manifest didn't come right away. It took a while for it to come to me. I don't want people to think that I just visualized something and then all of a sudden, voila, it popped up. It doesn't work that way. It can, but most of the time it don't. You have to work on God's time, okay? It has to work best for everyone involved. So, you may want a car, but God is not going to kick somebody else out the car and put you in it, okay? Unless that person is on that frequency, okay? And that's not a good thing. I always tell people when you want something, always ask for it to come to you for the best of everyone involved. As you know, when I sold my building, I asked God that, and basically I intended for me to find a buyer that can handle my building, that person would prosper just as much as I am by selling it. And I don't wish bad luck on anyone. I don't care if it's a friend or a foe. You just don't do it because it comes back to you and it's just the way things work. Okay? We're all governed by universal laws. And no matter what you say, you got to be very careful on what you do, especially in this business of trying to manifest your life, deliberate manifesting. You don't want things to come back to you through the universal laws. You just don't want it because it might come back to you tenfold. So you just got to be careful. But I want to talk to you today about why your manifestations are not coming true, why your dreams are not coming true, okay? First thing it is, and I made a video of this before, about your subconscious and your conscious being in alignment. If you're not mentally accepting what you're trying to create, it's not coming. I don't care how much affirmations you say, what visualization you say, I don't care. It's not coming to you. If you're wanting to get this job and deep down you're thinking everyone else that's going for the position is better than you, you're not getting it, okay? Even if you do get it, it's going to come to you hard. Another way, it might come to you and you might totally not even want it after you get it, because it might be a very horrible experience. But you have to remember, as long as you have a mental alignment with what you're talking about and you're feeling it and you're vibrating at that level, you're like a magnet attracting to you what you want. I don't care what comes out of your mouth, but it's what's here and what's here. It's where your heart is. Your heart has that electrical magnetic vibration that is going to attract to you what you want, okay? So why aren't you manifesting the things in your life, okay? Do you think you deserve it? Do you think you're worthy? Is it the point that you have something inside that's connecting you to the past? A lot of times, that's what it is. You want that relationship, but you're still holding on to the last boyfriend, or still talking to him on the phone, or reliving a hurt from back 10 years ago. How can you move on to the future when you're so connected to the past. You got those invisible cords attaching you to that last relationship. You're not moving on. You have to cut those cords. You have to move on to allow the new to come in. And before that, you have to love yourself. That comes first, okay? Now, if it's not something, most of the time it's something you're holding on to in the past. Like I tell a lot of women, including myself, a lot of women have fibroids. It's like the growing thing. It's like if you have 10 ladies standing together, 8 of them are probably saying they got fibroids, okay? Now, if you listen to Louise Hayes, where do those fibroids come from? They're all in the uterus. What is it? All of us women, we're all going through some emotional crisis with a relationship or whatever, or something from childhood or whatever, and we're holding on to it. And where does it create? It forms and develops into benign tumors that are sitting in your uterus known as fibroids, okay? Or cystic breast. Who is holding on to you? Who is draining you of all your resources and your abundances hanging on you? That's your breast milk, okay? So you have to sit back and say, why am I not moving forward? Do I love myself? Do I think I'm worthy or deserving? Am I still in the past? Am I saying I want one thing and on another end wanting something else? I mean, it happens. Like I told you guys, I wanted the Range Rover, and I wanted a brand new Range Rover. I wanted a white one, and I had the picture on my refrigerator. At the same time, I felt like I couldn't afford it. The car was very expensive, okay? So I went to the dealer a couple of times, and I then seen the Evoque. The Evoque was a smaller model of the Range Rover Sport. They looked just the same, but one was smaller. And you know me, I'm just, if I can't have the best, that's just me. That's the way I roll, okay? And I actually cut a picture out of the Evo, and I had it on my refrigerator right next to the Range Rover. What am I telling my subconscious? Like, this is what I want, but if you can't give this to me, I'll take the Evo, the lower model. I did not get my car at all until I looked and said, what the heck am I doing? And that's when I looked at my refrigerator and I say, I don't have faith in the universe to give me what I want. I took that picture off for the Evoque and I ripped it up and I went on about my way. It must have been about a couple of weeks later. I was sitting in the car and I said, okay, God, I did this. Catherine Ponder always talk about giving and receiving, and I'm always giving. I mean, maybe not always to the church like I'm supposed to, but I give. I told you guys all before about my animals and how I donate to the animals, how I got a house on the outside, how I'm have a house from Amazon with a heating pad in it. I'm taking care of a whole family of cats outside. It's like the mother, father, and the 2 siblings. And the other sibling I have in my house, I adopted, and that's my Darla Gray. I never had a cat before. I usually have dogs, but I took Darla Gray in. She's my baby. Wherever I go, she'll go. And if I sell this townhouse one day, I'm going to take the whole family with me. I'm going to catch them in traps and take them to the new house and let them out over there. So I'm always giving. My heart is big. But I talked to God and I got emotional and I said, God, I did this. And, I helped pay my mom's house off. And where's my car? Like, you said whatever I want, I can have. And I actually got a little emotional about it because, that's just me. Before I knew it, that same day, within an hour, I was at the dealer passing by because my meeting was canceled at my job. And I went by the dealer. Right in front of me was my car. And I said, oh, there go my car. I got out, I looked at the window sticker, and I was like, 60-something thousand? Wow. And before that end of the day, I realized that it was the car that I wanted, but something was missing. And I went in the dealer and there was the car. the exact car that I wanted. In fact, I wanted black interior, and this one had beige, and the beige had looked better than the black. I mean, it was the exact model of what I wanted, okay? And then by the time they worked out the deal, called me up on the phone, they actually, for the price that I got the car for, I was actually buying the car instead of leasing it. You know, so you cannot tell God what he can do. God will work things out for you, but you have to have faith in God, knowing that God is going to give it to you. Don't compromise, because you're actually sending out mixed messages to your subconscious that this is what you want. You got to know what you want, have faith that it's coming to you, take action. I was going to the dealers, riding around going, I went to every Land Rover dealer. I went to everyone. You know, I didn't have the money at that time, but I was just walking in, again, enjoying myself. I took action. Same way I got my townhouse. I took action. I drove around to all these townhouses with my mom, like a weekend little thing we were doing, having fun, laughing and everything, going in there, bull crapping around. And I ended up in my townhouse. And I didn't have the money because I just spent my money paying off all my bills, paying my mom's house off. I had no money at the time. And I'm in here. So why your manifestation is not coming true? Sit back and think and say, what am I doing? Are you fearful? Fear and worry totally blocks your manifestation. In fact, it will attract it to you in a negative way. God will give you exactly what you're feeling and you're thinking. So if you're fearful, that's what you're going to get. You're going to get more of the same feelings that you're exhibiting when you're trying to manifest. So why are your manifestations not coming true? Are you in the past? Are you holding on to the past? Are you unforgiving to yourself or other people? Remember, what you do to others, you do to yourself, okay? The past is usually the culprit in most of the stuff. Are you not forgiving for yourself? Do you think you're not deserving? I mean, are you fearful, worrying, or are you sending mixed messages to the universe about what you want? Okay, I'm going to cut this off soon, but this is very important. If you're asking for $1 million and you're not even working right now, it's okay. But if you're asking for $1 million, do your subconscious actually believe you're going to get $1 million tomorrow? You know, I'm going to look at you and be like, okay, but listen, maybe you can do it. Don't get me wrong. If you can do it, you can do it. But most likely your subconscious is saying no way, okay? So maybe you want to break it down a little bit. Maybe you want to break it down to manifesting $50,000, which is a little more believable, or $100,000. These are not little bits. I'm not telling you to go and say I'm going to manifest $5, okay? You can if you want to start off there, but just know, go with what you believe that is possible, because it makes it a little more easier for you to manifest it, okay? I used to have on my vision board $100,000, $1 million, $5 million, and I took it all down because I said I'm sending out mixed messages again, and I don't want to do that. It's the same way I had my car up there. But you see, when I had the checks up there, it was like I wanted $100,000 first, then $1 million, then $5 million. You know, and they all had different dates on them, like years apart. But I still said, wait a minute, this is the same thing I did when I wanted my car. So let me just take that all down and let me just put it on the board, okay? So don't send out mixed messages. Make sure your conscious and your subconscious is in alignment. Make sure you're sending out the vibration of attracting what you want. Don't wish ill on someone else and think that you're going to be blessed, because it's not going to happen. If it is, you're going to reap and sow what you have put out, okay? What you want for yourself, wish it for the next person. Make sure what you're asking for, you're pushing someone else to do the same thing. You know, I already have my house. I already have my car. I got a 2018 Volvo XC90 sitting outside. I don't have to do videos, but at the same time, I'm growing myself and at the same time trying to grow other people at the same time. We all can be abundant. God provides for us. No one else provides. Don't look for an outside source to bring in what you're trying to manifest. The last thing I want to tell you is that everything that you're going to get comes from God. It don't come from anyone else. Don't worry about what other people have, what other people are doing. Just worry about yourself and think about what God is going to do for you. When other people are not doing good, God has a way of making sure you do well with whatever it is you're trying to manifest. Don't worry about other people. When I sold my house in Amityville, I sold my house, the market was going down. And they just put a house across the street from me in the foreclosure. The house was going like for 100 and something. Blew my mind, blew everybody's mind. Because if that house would have sold, it would have knocked the value down on everybody else's home. I sold my house before it got to that point. God just brought the right person to my house to buy my house, and they further fixed up my house. My house is beautiful now. It's no longer mine. But this is the things I'm trying to tell you. God is the source of your supply. That's it. It's not an outside entity. Now, the other thing I wanted to let you know is how you could be blocking your manifestation is if you're dictating to the universe how it's going to come to you. Remember, there's all different avenues where your abundance can come to you. God knows all. You might think you're going to get this money by working when God's saying, no, you're going to go in that store and buy a lotto ticket and it's going to be a winner. Or your family member is going to come to you and say, hey, look, I just won such and such and such. I'm giving this to you. It's unexpected. You can get what you want from the universe expectingly and unexpectedly. It's just a matter of how God is going to bring it to you. So only thing I'm saying, if your manifestations are not coming true, look at what's going on with you. Only person that can block your abundance is you. So as soon as you realize that, the faster you can undo whatever you're doing. Okay? Remember, God is the supplier of all that I want. On my other vision board I had down there, I create my life with God. No man, situation, or condition can ever block my goods, for it is my divine right as long as I believe it to be so. You got to remember that. On this board right here, I have the I am. I am who I am. The God that's inside of me is the source of my abundance. And that's all I need to know. I don't need to know anything else that's going on the outside of me. Okay? And I'm telling you to do the same thing. If your abundance is not coming to you, if your manifestations are not working, please sit down, relax, and think about what you're doing. Give up the fear and the worry. That is the worst thing that you can do. Not only with your manifestations, but with your body, your health, and everything else. Okay? So I just wanted to do this video to help you guys along for 2018 Manifest Your Dreams. This is Yvette from My World of Metaphysics, also loving my angels, bringing to you another law of attraction lesson for all those who are eager to learn. I'm signing out. Namaste. Love you.